Active study tools. You may be used to gliding through school and getting good grades. Everything's fine as long as you do all the reading, take good notes in class, and memorize everything the professor said in lectures. That's passive learning. You just absorb what you were told, memorize it, and spit it back out at exam time. In most college classes, the passive approach won't work well. You'll need to be an active learner. To understand what that means, it helps to know about how Bloom, a learning specialist, categorizes the types of learning. He used a pyramid to illustrate learning. At the bottom of Bloom's pyramid is remember. Sometimes you just have to remember facts and figures. The next level up is understanding. If you generally comprehend a subject, you're at this level. But college instructors usually expect you to move up to a higher level of the pyramid. They still want you to know the facts and understand the facts, but then they might expect you to apply the facts to a problem or case. For example, imagine your instructor discussed conduct disorder and its diagnostic criteria during a psychology class. On the exam, her question is, Roberto is a 6-year-old exhibiting X, Y, and Z. What would his psychiatrist's diagnosis be? To answer, you have to know not only the diagnostic criteria for different disorders, but also how to apply them to a real-world situation. Many essay or short answer questions will ask you to move up to the next level, analysis. You've probably analyzed poems, but in history you might be asked to analyze a war by discussing its causes, or in engineering, you might have to explain how a mechanism works. Evaluation questions at the next level up are also fairly common. For example, in that same psychology class, you might have to compare 2 treatments suggested for Roberto and explain which one is better and why. To be most effective, know how your studying should represent the level of learning needed on your exam. Study the way you'll be tested so that the first time you think about something is not during the exam. The best way to study information is to use active study tools spaced out over time, followed by self-testing. An active study tool can be created based off your class notes and readings. Use anything that helps you gain a deeper and better understanding of the information. Creating a study tool forces you to put information in your own words, which is vital to understanding course content, and it allows you to organize information in a way that makes sense to you. Here are some popular active study tools: charts, study sheets, flashcards, concept maps, formula sheets, highlighting, timelines, flowcharts. Experiment to see which tools work best for you, and remember that effective tools may vary between subjects. After you've created your tool, use a self-testing method that requires you to recall the information from memory. You can recite the information out loud, recreate your tool from memory, or have a friend quiz you. Keep working on rehearsing the information you want to learn. For instance, if you created a chart, one day you could cut it up into the different boxes and recreate it on your desk like a puzzle. The next day, you can leave half of the boxes blank and fill them in from memory. A few days later, have your roommate quiz you over the information on the chart. By working with the content in varied ways, you're not only going to remember it for your exam, but it will also be in your long-term memory for future classes and jobs. Happy active learning! For more help with academic success, visit the Academic Success Center website at asc.tamu.edu.